Having business before the court, draw near, and you shall be heard. God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Today's date is July 26, 2024. It's the morning docket of the Orange County Municipal Court. The first group of cases we are going to call are review hearings. So when you hear your name, come up to the table that is going to be on your right and wait for your name to be called.
State of Ohio versus David L. Mills. Back in Albany, case number CRB 23758.
So the State of Ohio versus David L. Mills. Please turn your phone off. We were just warned. Case number CRB 23758. Ma'am, who are you?
Kimberly Jones.
We haven't called
your name yet.
Oh, I thought you said Kimberly Jones.
No, David L. Mills. All right. This matter was actually set for August 16th, 2024 originally. However, the treatment provider, RRS, brought Mr. Mills to court today due to what appears to be, from reading this report, extreme non-compliance. We need Mr. Smith in the courtroom. Mr. Roger Smith.
David.
Mr. Smith, if you would like, I will give you a copy. The only thing on the second page is the rest of the telephone number. If you would like to take a look at that, we will recall this. If you want to go back and speak with us.
Yes, I did. Yes.
We'll recall this in just a few minutes.
Discharged from us too.
Jerry L. Cheney Jr., Daniel G. Coyne, Misty Dotson, Olivia Gilpin, Kimberly Jones, Tyler Kemper Jr., Micah Mayo.
All right. First case is Jerry L. Cheney Jr., CRB 23493. Mr. Cheney is present this morning. And Mr. Cheney, is there, I hear that you were doing some anger management with the VA.
Yes, sir.
Have you completed that?
I don't know as completed. I've just been continually going.
Okay. Well, it looks like you've got everything else done on your case other than the anger management. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you back again for review. August 30th at 9 a.m. And you'll need to make sure that the VA sends us a report on how you're doing.
Judge Capper was speaking with their legal team.
They may have sent that to him, but just make sure that we have a report for the next hearing.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Daniel G. Coyne. This is State of Ohio versus Daniel G. Coyne, POD 21-3316. And Mr. Coyne, this is a 2021 case.
Yes, sir.
And I've got a note here that says you were in as of June.
Huntington Addiction Wellness.
Are you still currently there?
Yeah, I'm in phase 2. I just started working.
Okay. We will need a new report from them.
All right.
We have not gotten one since June, just to make sure, but your June report was good.
Yeah.
And it did indicate that they expected you to move to phase 2 at that time. So, set you another review hearing for August 30th at 9 a.m. Make sure we get a copy of your report for that.
Will do.
Misty Dodson, this is the State of Ohio versus Misty D. Dodson, PRC 23706, A, B, and C. And I have a note here that Ms. Dodson, that you're a PROAC.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a report from PROAC?
I've got my drug screens and my report from my counselor, yes.
Okay. You'll give it. Okay. You are making good progress in your treatment as an excellent report. I'm going to set you for review again on August 23rd. And it looks like you've got all your community service finished.
Yes.
You're just down to fines. You
Yes.
can actually work that off on community services.
Excuse me.
You can actually work that off on community.
I've got 20, I'm gonna pay on it today.
Okay. All right, we'll see you back August 23rd.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Olivia Gilpin, PRC, this is State of Ohio versus Olivia Gilpin, PRC 23-1291 A and B, and CRB 23-591, CRB 23-592. Set for review, and
Your Honor, she went through residential treatment with Bethesda and also recently completed outpatient treatment. She is no longer receiving services from us at this time.
okay, did she complete?
She did, Your Honor.
All right. All right, on your TRC 23 case, DODI, Ms. Gilpin, looks like you got all your community service done, and then some. You're down to $80 is all you owe on that case. So if you did 2 days of community service, that'll knock that out. Or if you can pay it off, you can pay it off today. On your CRB 23-591 and 592, you're down to $210 left on that. So if you did 6 more days of community service, you would have everything taken care of, and your cases will then be closed and discharged, or if you can pay that off. So.
Good deal. I just wanted to know, last time I had court, I believe it was you, told me I need to do 2 days of community service. It was a Tuesday and a Thursday. whenever I came down here on Tuesday, I signed in, but they had me leave, and then Thursday, they gave me this paper and wanted me to have it signed and told me to bring it to court with me next time. So I don't know if that's in there yet, but
It is, Your Honor. I have everything entered that I've been gave.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like it was up to date as of today, so
Okay.
Mr. Cooper's seen it and we're fine with that. And great
and I'm
job.
going to pay on my fines today a little bit too.
Okay, great. Yeah, if you want, and again, if you need more community service, that's just money that you don't have to pay out of your pocket.
Right.
All right, we'll see you back August 23rd at 9 a.m. for the review.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can have that for your file. I've got a copy.
State of Ohio recalls David Mills.
This is State of Ohio versus David L. Mills, CRB 23758. And presently, I believe Mr. Mills is on an OR bond. We're back on the record after he's had an opportunity to speak with his attorney. Mr. Smith, anything that you feel the court should be aware of?
Yes, Judge, I spoke with Mr. Mills and went over the report that's dated yesterday, actually. And apparently there's some conflict inside the RRS. He has been, he tells me, accepting New Southern Hope, and the representative from Southern Hope. They can confirm that.
Yes.
So we would ask you transition from RRS to Southern Hope. I think both treatment providers are on board with that. They're okay with doing that. And you got a spot for him today?
Yes.
Judge, I would ask that he be released to Southern Hope and continue on with his treatment.
I'm sorry. Well, you may want to talk to your attorney before you speak, because
I'm not just, but it sounds like you got everything on track to get you from one age to the other, so you can do what you're doing. Sometimes pushing that forward, it just doesn't make sense.
Mr. Heald, if you would approach, I'd like to get your input on this matter after seeing this report. So to catch you up to speed, this is David Mills. He was in treatment at RRS. He was not scheduled for court today, but his behavior apparently was so atrocious that they brought him here and said, we don't want him anymore. There is an individual from Southern Hope here that they are willing to take him at this time. But I want your input on it as well before I make my decision, because quite frankly, the behavior is pretty terrible. Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Mills, I've read through this, and I know that the judge cautions and warns everybody throughout these cases. You have, I believe, what looks like a felony still pending in the matter. It's set all the way back as a preliminary hearing at pretrial, or maybe it was a misdemeanor, just a misdemeanor. But it was set for, that's okay. It was, the court has allowed you to do treatment, and everyone is told that if your treatment provider says you have to do it, it is if I or Judge Kapler have told you ourselves. You have been ordered to do that. You didn't do it.
I'm not fighting, I read the word.
And sir, now's not the time to speak. I'll let your attorney talk for you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow you to go to Southern Hope, but once Judge Kapler comes back on Monday, he'll make that final determination. So presently, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to set a $5,000 cash surety bond, and we're going to put you back on the court docket on Monday.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Monday's 20th.
What was his bond? 5,000?
5,000 cash surety. All right, State of Ohio versus Kimberly L. Jones. This is TRD 21-3291, TRD 21-1146 A and B, TRD 21-1057, TRC 21-206, TRC 20-2686. We're set for review here today. Ms. James, do you have anything from PROACT or Marshall Health?
I've done 90 hours community service, and I'm under doctor's care for staph infection. I have to take a series of shots. It's not MRSA, but it's something similar to it. I was trying to shoot for the 200 hours. I talked to my probation officer, and he said I could do community service. Last time I talked to you, I told you I had 6 properties empty, remember? Well, I got 3 of them rented, 3 of them still got empty. So I'm kind of working on trying to get that straightened up too. But he told me I could do the community service to help drop my fine.
That is correct. So it looks like you owe,
So I got 90 hours in now. But I had to take 2 weeks off and go to Chesapeake Medical Center for the doctor to do a blood test on me, find out that I had a staph infection. So she has me going for a solid month. I have to go once a week and get a series of shots and antibiotics.
okay. I've got you on 21-3291, I've got you owing $135.
Right, I'll pay that.
I've got on the 21-1146 A and B, $360.
So it's about $200, I figure $250. And I'll try to pay it in the next few days.
On the 21-1057, I've got you owing $360 on that as well.
Well, I wanted to try to pay the first 2 off, which you told me, since I got a little rent money coming in.
On the 21-206, you owe $660, but it looks like all your community service is done. You've got the 60 hours done there.
I was hoping I could get the 200 in if you'd allow me to.
I will allow you to work off whatever you wish to work off.
But I will pay those 2 off, the 2 you told me I need to pay on. So I did have some good news for you. And that means I got 3 rented and 3 more to go.
You did, and you've got on the 2686 case, your community service is done there as well, as you've indicated, and you owe $695. So you've got approximately $1,800 in fines total. In court costs, you can work off as much of that as you wish. As long as we're seeing progress, we'll give you.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you giving me a chance.
I'm going to set you back for review on August 23rd.
August.
August 23rd, 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Tyler and Kemper Jr.
May I approach your honor?
You may. It's the State of Ohio versus Tyler Kemper Jr., CRB 23-630. All right. Mr. Kemper, it looks like you're down to 6 hours of community service and $266 in fines and costs. And very good report.
Your Honor, if I may speak on his behalf,
Okay.
recently he has obtained his adult diploma and he has obtained his CDCA.
Congratulations.
He is doing very well in our program.
That is wonderful news. I'll set you back for another review here, check in, but it looks like you're getting close to completion from what it seems.
Yes.
So we'll set that for review on August 23rd at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
This is State of Ohio versus Micah Mayo, CRB 23-460 and TRC 23-1042, A, B, and C. Mayor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. All right, so we're set here for a review today. It looks like you still owe, or you've done all your community service. You're down to $575 left in fines and court costs.
Yes, I paid $42 this morning, $10 for the ticket, $30 for violation.
Okay.
I came with $500 for the whole lot.
You are welcome to work off, if not all of it, the vast majority of it on community service. So if you wish to do additional community service, you get credit for that at $50 a day, which can save you some money. Overall, I'm happy you got your community service done. We'll see you back August 23rd at 9 a.m. for another review hearing.
Okay, and I just have the money to pay and then everything's completed.
Yep, once the $575 is paid, it then appears that everything is completed, so long as you've done your VIP score.
Okay.
But once you've paid that, reach out to Mr. Major or Mr. Cooper. They can verify that everything's completed, and if everything's completed, we'll close out in the need for any future review hearings.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We'll see you back August 23rd at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Donald Porter, William Rice, Stephen Vickers, Derek C. Willis, Shandon Pringle, Charles R. Hall.
Donald Porter?
Yes, sir.
All right. State of Ohio versus Donald Porter, TRC 2120 A and B, CRB 2083, CRB 181242, CRB 08441. All right. Mr. Porter, on the first case, it looks like you're down to $85 left on that.
Yeah, I made a payment last week. Because I can't come through a few months.
You still owe on the CRB 181242, you still owe $680 for that. And $435 on the CRB 08441. Again, you can work that off on community service.
Oh, I thought I couldn't work more of those.
You can work off on community service if you wish. That'll save you some money long term. I'm going to set you back August 23rd for review at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you. William Rice?
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus William Rice. TRD 20-2404, TRD 18-2548. All right. Mr. Rice, it looks like on the TRD 20 case, you were fined $225, and the balance is still $225.
I got 100 to pay today.
And on the TRD 18-2548, you owe 30 hours of community service still,
Right.
and still $941.66. And it's been 6 years you've not done any community service.
Well, I just got to where I can. I'm working and I've been trying to get my license, but hold on it from here, and I'm trying to get a work permit working. drive to do my community service. If I could get a relief on that, I can start paying a reinstatement fee. I mean, I got a lot of things to pay to get it all back, and I apologize for it, but
I can't give you legal advice on all that, other than to tell you that there's been nothing filed with the court indicating that you're seeking a work permit. I didn't see anything in any of the files.
I just found out I could.
So, now, I will give you a little bit more time, but I'm going to need to see some community service.
Okay, I got 30 hours. I'll have it done before my next court date, if it's possible.
You want him to show up tomorrow?
If I can't show up tomorrow, can I do it in Proctorville?
You can talk to Mr. Cooper, but I'm going to go ahead and order you to do community service tomorrow.
Okay.
So, I'm looking to see that you complied with that.
All right.
I'm going to set you back as well on August 23rd.
All right, thank you.
At 9 a.m. I'm going to note that
But this in Joshua's something.
community service ordered for July 27th. So, if you don't do the community service on July 27th, or if it's not all done, if in the event that you don't do that, when you come back, you better have it all done. Because
Right.
otherwise, you're probably going to
Yeah.
have to complete it by jail.
Right, I don't
Not
want
leaving
that.
me much choice.
No.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Rice, we'll see you back August 23rd.
Yes, sir.
Stephen Vickers. This is State of Ohio versus Stephen Vickers, CRB 2414. All right. Mr. Vickers, it looks like you paid $60. Do you have a payment today?
Yes.
All right, how much you paid?
40.
I'm going to set you another review for August 30th at 9 a.m.
What day is the 30th on?
30th is a Friday.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Derek C. Willis.
Charles Hall.
Derek C. Willis.
I know, but this requires a
All right. Time is now 10:13 a.m. This is State of Ohio versus Derek C. Willis, PRC 220160. Time is now 10:13 a.m. Mr. Willis has been called for. He has not checked in. There'll be a bench warrant to issue in 7 days. Shandon S. Pringle. This is State of Ohio versus Shandon S. Pringle, CRB 2189. It appears that Ms. Pringle has taken care of her fine in the case and has been in treatment for some time.
Yes, Your Honor, she's completed inpatient at Mended Reed, she completed transitional at LCR, and she's completing outpatient at LCR. She's been doing well, and if it would be okay with the court, I'd like to go ahead and dismiss charges.
Okay. Mr. Hill?
I know that Ms. Pringle has worked really hard and overcome a lot. She's had quite a number of setbacks and whatnot, but we've continued to have faith that she could do a whole lot better, and I think she is. I don't know what's pending at this point. It seemed to me like at some point she had to plead guilty to some charges.
It's 2189. It's 210089.
Oh, I have
That
that.
one right there.
I thought she made that
Okay.
more. When I was looking at this thing.
Okay. Yep, there was a plea entered to that some time ago. Looks like there was fines and some fines and court costs. They've all been paid, Mr. Hill. So I think it'd be all right to go ahead and let her go.
What, if there's something that's still pending?
There's nothing pending.
Okay, and I don't know what
This was just from old reviews.
Okay.
Where there was some treatment needed, it looks like. Sounds like she's done wonderfully in treatment from what I hear.
Well, then if she's completed her obligations, then I guess that would close the case.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Ms. Pringle. We're going to go ahead and close this out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Charles R. Hall.
Hello. How you doing?
Good, how about you?
Not too good, sir.
Well, hang on, we'll call the case. This is State of Ohio versus Charles R. Hall Jr., CRB 24-118 and CRB 23-596. We're set for a review hearing today. And it looks like you were in treatment at OBP.
Yes, I completed that.
Okay. Do you have anything from OBP? You're a representative?
No, I don't go to OVP anymore. I go to HHG over in Ashland because of my work. Where I travel, I travel to Kearney, and on my community service where I travel, I was going to see if I can do it on weekends. My boss told me, and my dad just passed away, and I had to pay for his cremation, so I ain't got no money. They pay on my fines, but I will be Monday. I will.
Here's what I want to do. I'm going to have you drug screened today.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you take a drug screen, and then we will recall your case after we get the results of that. All right. The next group of cases we're going to call are arraignments, their first appearances on cases. Hear your name called, come up to the table on the right, and at that point, I'm going to be asking you for a plea. You can enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest. If you enter a guilty plea, that means you're admitting the allegations are true, and we would accept your guilty plea and go from there. If you enter a no contest plea, you're not admitting the allegations, or you're not admitting that it's true, but you're not contesting the allegations, and I can find you guilty if I think the state would have enough evidence. If you enter a not guilty plea, that preserves all of your rights before the court. That is not admitting, you're saying that the allegations are not true. If you don't know what you should do, you should enter a not guilty plea. You have the following rights before the court. You have the right to remain silent. Everything in here can be used against you. It's all being recorded, so if you decide there's something that you just have to tell me and you're admitting to something that you shouldn't admit to, then the state can use that against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford one, the court can consider appointing counsel for you if it's a case that jail time is a possibility in. You have the right to have reasonable bail set to secure your appearance, and you have the right to force the state to prove each element of every charged offense beyond a reasonable doubt. Call the first arraignment.
State of Ohio versus David Mulkey, case number TRC 24-1503, A and B.
This is State of Ohio versus David Mulkey, TRC 24-1503, A and B, and C. Mr. Mulkey, it's alleged on or about July 21st, 2024 in Union Township, you were operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drug abuse or a combination thereof. It's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 4511-19A1A. Maximum penalty, that's an OVI. The maximum penalty for that is 6 months in jail, a $1,075 fine, 2-year license suspension, and 3-year license suspension. The minimum penalty for that is 3 days in jail or 3 days at a DI driver intervention program, that $375 fine, and 6-month license suspension. The other offense is a turn signal violation. That is a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine and court costs. And a taillight offense, it's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 451305. Also a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty $150 fine and court costs. How do you wish to plead?
I would like to plead no contest.
All right, so you're entering a no contest plea. You're not admitting the violations, but you're also not contesting the facts surrounding the allegations.
Yeah.
And I could find you guilty if I think the state has enough evidence.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. I will accept your no contest plea. And let me look at the narrative. Based upon the no contest plea and after reading the, is there anything you wish to tell me about the?
Well, there's not really much to say. I was just on my way home from a friend's house. My tail light was out on the left side, rear. I knew that. I'd forgotten to change the bulb. I had it in the truck.
Okay. All right. Based upon the narrative and the statements from Mr. Mulkey, I'll enter a guilty finding on the A case. It will be 10 days jail. I'll suspend it all to the 3-day driver program.
Okay.
Be a $375 fine or you pay the court costs. 30 hours community service. 6-month license suspension. On the B case, it'll be a it'll be a $20 fine. And on the C case, a $20 fine.
How much?
$20.
Thank you.
All right, there'll be 2 years level 4 probation.
What about a driving permit, since we had insurance?
I work, and I drive an hour every day to work.
Well, you won't be able to get a permit until after 14 days have passed.
Okay.
But make a note that we'll grant a permit for him to drive once that time frame from the date of the incident
All right.
You'll
is
have to
up.
bring in proof of insurance also.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I apologize. Do I have to start serving the 10 days now, or can I start?
I suspended it, so you don't have to serve it, but you're going to have to go through the 3-day driving intervention program. And
Okay.
Mr. Cooper, your probation officer, will talk to you about that and give you the information all for that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? Do we have a review date?
Yes, it is January the 17th, 25 at 9 a.m.
All right. Mr. Mulkey, I'm going to set your date for review hearing, January 17th, 2025, at 9 a.m. If you have everything completed and everything paid off, then you would not have to appear for that, but your probation officer will let you know that at that time. If you don't, you're going to show up and explain why you don't have it all.
Okay.
Okay? So first thing you're going to do is you're going to need to go out and talk with probation. It'll take a few minutes for the information to get out to them, the entry, and then once you've talked to probation, you'll be free to go.
All right,
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jacob Spears, case number TRC 24-1511, A and B.
The State of Ohio versus Jacob Spears, TRC 24-1511, A and B. Mr. Spears, it's alleged on or about July 20th, 2024, in Perry Township, that you were operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs or a combination thereof. That's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 4511-19A1A. You're also charged with having a prohibited breath concentration of .082. The legal limit in Ohio is .08. And Mr. Spears, how old are you?
19.
19, okay. Well, it's actually .02 for a 19.
Yeah.
That's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 4511.19A1D. Those are misdemeanors of first degree, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, 3-year license suspension. Minimum penalty is 3 days in jail or 3 days in a driver intervention program, $375 fine, or 6 months license suspension. You're also charged with a violation of driving within marked lanes, a violation of 4511.33. That's a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty, $150 fine and court costs. How do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Now, if you enter a guilty plea, you're admitting the violation at that point, and I'll be going forward and sentencing you on that. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
If you're unsure about what you should do, you should enter a not guilty plea, because that preserves all your rights before the court. So, Mr. Hill.
Your Honor, I'd like to maybe enter into the discussion a little bit. He is under the age of 21. The test score is barely over and probably questionable as to whether there is a deviation that might come into play. I don't know whether maybe it's appropriate to think of this more as a OVUAC type situation, even though it's over point.
Here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Spears. Are you working?
Yeah, I pressure wash or drive across West Virginia, Kentucky, and Ohio to do jobs.
Okay. How much you paid doing that?
It's 50 an hour. It's my own business.
It's your own business?
Yeah.
Okay. How much would you say you make on a yearly basis?
40,000, 50,000.
Okay. You're not going to qualify for appointed counsel, but if you would like, and I would say that you may want to consider looking into this, would be if you wish to enter a guilty plea, I will allow you to do it, but you may want to have an attorney take a look at this to see if you have any defenses prior to doing that, but you'd have to hire your own. If you wish to do that, I'll give you an opportunity to do so.
Just do not guilty then.
I will accept your not guilty plea. I'm going to let you sign a $1,000 signature bond, which you don't have to put up any money, but your signature secures your appearance at court. In the event that you don't show up, the court can forfeit that bond, and you would have to pay $1,000 before getting a new bond. So it's important that you show up. I'm going to set you a pretrial for August 16th at 10 a.m. If you speak with and hire an attorney by then, if they're unavailable that day, they can request that it be moved. Otherwise, if not, you have to appear back on August 16th.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right, thank you, Mr. Stevens.
State of Ohio versus Michael G. Martin, case number CRB 22-163, TRC 19-4006, A and B.
So the state of Ohio versus Michael G. Martin, CRB 22-163, and TRC 19-4006, A and B. You may. And Mr. Martin had, looked like, from the notes I had, failed to appear for a review hearing some time ago, but from reading the report, it sounds like that you had a pretty good reason as to why you didn't appear.
Yes, sir.
So did you admit or deny you failed to appear for your review hearing? Do you admit or deny you failed to appear for your review? Okay. Warrant's already been recalled on that. I'm encouraged by what you've done in treatment so far, even though it's just started, you're coming out of STAR, and they're working with you. It's a good report. So I'm going to give you another review date. I don't want to go out too far because you're just coming out at this point. So August 23rd. For review at 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jacob Heskett, case number CRB 23750.
For the State of Ohio versus Jacob Heskett, CRB 23750. Mr. Heskett, it's alleged that on or about December 6, 2023, you did knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to Hannah Schwartz, a family or household member. It's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 2919.25A, domestic violence, the misdemeanor of the first degree. Misdemeanors in the first degree carry a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay. I accept you're not guilty plea. Are you presently employed?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you paid hourly?
Salary, sir.
Okay. What do you make per year?
65 grand, sir.
All right. Do you have any dependents?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any dependents?
3.
All right. Still not going to qualify for appointed counsel, but I will accept your not guilty plea. I'm going to allow you, you showed up voluntarily today, I'm going to allow you to sign a $1,000 signature bond. Is there a protection order requested? And it seems like this is kind of an over.
Yes, it's been about 8 months now since this happened, and he was home right away. We did marriage counseling, and he did individual counseling through Walmart where he works at, and we haven't had any problems. It was a one-time thing. There was a lot of stress with finances and health. I had a colonoscopy that day. I had been 24 hours without eating. He had worked. He had been up for 24 hours, and we never fight like that, ever. It was just like a lot of anxiety that day, and it just one-time thing that just escalated a lot. But that's not us.
Well, based upon those statements, Mr. Field, are you still wanting to go forward, given the age on the case and what's been done at this point?
What we would like to do, if it's possible for Mr. Haskett to get some documentation that shows that he went through the treatment. Is that
It was
counseling or-
ongoing therapy.
Still
But
doing
yes,
that?
I can, no, I'm looking for another one. That gentleman, I felt like he kind of phoned it in, if I'm being honest. So I'm looking for another therapist, but yes, I can give you documentation of when that happened.
Hopefully. It was just, Walmart offers free therapy through like an online support thing. It's not like we went to like somebody who documents those
Sure.
things. It was just kind of like a volunteer basis where we went every Tuesday for about 3 months, like on a Zoom call. But I was with him, and it was just like after, I didn't even tell him I called the police on him. He texted me and he was like, "I'm sorry, that's not who I am." He was remorseful right away. He went and he was like, "I just have a lot of stuff going on, with the financials and health." He had to take off a lot of work and stuff, and it was just a bad time right then, like around Christmas, like money was tight. It was just like a lot of things built up that we really overcame in the past 8 months. He really is a good man. I hate seeing him standing here today and, having these charges are, because he is. He's a good daddy and a good husband.
Your Honor, it's our belief that sometimes these situations, and I realize it's been a while since this actually happened, but this can be a positive thing for a young couple that's raising kids and trying to work and stressed out over all the different things that are required of them because of life. And this is an opportunity. This is not necessarily a case that we would be seeking a conviction for domestic violence. However, Mr. Haskett already is in counseling, and we encourage that. And we encourage a better relationship. Relationships can always be better. As good as they might be, they can always be better. So what we would propose is that maybe we come back in 30 days and Mr. Haskett give us a report from a counselor that he's engaged in counseling and make sure that there are no further problems between the parties between now and then. And if that were to happen, then we can look favorably on dismissal of the case at that time.
Okay. Mr. Haskett, are you on board with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to set this for August 30th at 10 a.m. And if you show proof that you're in any type of therapy at that point, then the matter will be, upon state's motion, presumably it will be dismissed at that time.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
And what we would like, in addition to just saying that he's in therapy, is a description of the progress that's being made and those kinds of things. So we have that.
So any recommendations for a counselor around here?
There are counseling agencies here that can help.
All along the back wall, there are some counseling agencies back there that may be able to help you.
And I don't know what the pay source would be. You have insurance through your work?
I should be able to pay for it.
Okay. And it might be that you both could benefit from relationship counseling.
All right. We need to sign the signature bonds if you haven't already for $1,000 signature bond.
That thing right here?
Yeah. And we'll be back August 30th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You already know. And just for the record, there was no protection order requested. I'm sorry? I was just noting for the record that there was no protection order requested.
No, sir.
So, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that was on the record, so it's
Yes,
clear.
sir. Thank you.
State of Ohio, Corey Smoot, number TRC 241544, A and B.
All right, this is State of Ohio versus Corey Smoot, PRC 241544 A and B. Mr. Smoot is present, and Mr. Glotter, you will be representing Mr. Smoot.
Well, I talked to him this morning, Judge. We're going to get together later this week. I expect I will be entering an appearance in the case. I told him I'd stand up with him for purposes of the arraignment. He intends to enter a not guilty plea. One thing, Your Honor, that I wanted to see if we could address, though. Mr. Smoot was stopped on the 22nd of this month in this case. When I got here this morning, the court still had not been provided with a copy of the citation or the ALS advisement. I have prepared an ALS disposition indicating that the BMV Form 2255 was not provided to the court within 48 hours. It was way beyond 48 hours. I'd like for the court to consider setting aside the ALS that was imposed in this case.
Mr. Hill?
Your Honor, if that's the case, we don't have an objection to that.
Okay. You may. Mr. Glotter or is Mr. Smoot waiving formal arraignment and penalties associated with?
Yes, sir. We would waive formal arraignment, waive reading of the complaint, enter not guilty plea.
Mr. Sweet can sign a $1,000 OR bond.
I'll have him do that now. And this may be one that's easy to resolve, but I don't know if the court has any room on the docket on the 5th of August. I know I've got a lot of cases on that day, and I don't know how busy it is. Otherwise,
We could probably squeeze one more in.
okay, thank you.
What day you're on?
August 5th.
Are you going to represent him, Chris?
Yeah, I'll meet with him later today.
Be a pretrial set August 5th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Mr. Smoot already signed the $1,000 signature bond, and we have addressed I've endorsed the entry, setting aside the administrative license suspension.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Smoot, we'll see you back if you formally hire Mr. Bellata. We'll see you back August 5th, but if you don't, you'll still need to appear unless you've hired someone else that will otherwise tell you that they filed in and that the case is continued.
I appreciate everything, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Smoot.
Don't leave yet. I'm going to go way outside there.
Chris.
State of Ohio versus Daniel Turner, case number CRA 24457.
So the state of Ohio versus Daniel Turner, CRA 24457. Mr. Turner, it's alleged that on or about July 23rd, 2024, you did knowingly obtain or possess 2.5 grams of methamphetamine. It's a Schedule II controlled substance. It's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 292511, AC1A of the revised code. Maximum penalty on felony in the 5th degree is up to 12 months in prison and a $2,500 fine and up to 500 hours of community service. Are you working presently?
No.
All right, so you're unemployed, no income?
Disability.
All right. I will appoint Attorney Roger Smith to represent you.
Your Honor, he has a case that's pending involving, he was already going to treatment at Bethesda, and I think Mr. Stratton was his lawyer.
Okay.
Makes no difference to us, but, yeah. And he's due in court on Monday on that charge.
Okay. I will appoint Mr. Stratton, if that's the case.
Did you get your assessment done on Bethesda? Okay.
And Mr. Hill, do you wish to be heard on the matter of bond?
Your Honor, if it please the court, Mr. Turner had agreed to attend treatment at Bethesda back in June, and on July the 5th we were here, and he did not appear, it doesn't look like. Maybe he ended up coming in on July the 15th, and he's supposed to be going to Bethesda, so we need to find out if that's actually happening, whether that would influence our opinion about bond.
Okay. Representative from Bethesda. You guys have Mr. Turner?
He didn't show up for his initial assessment. Can I make a phone call and see if he came back after that? Because I'm not entirely sure.
I already did my assessment.
You may. We will, Mr. Turner, if you want to have a seat in the back, we'll recall your case here shortly.
State of Ohio versus Jacob Dotson, case number CRB 24456.
State of Ohio versus Jake Dodson, CRB 24456. Mr. Dodson, it's alleged that on or about July 23rd, 2024, you did with purpose to deprive Walmart, the owner of property or services, knowing retainers or control over said property or services, being miscellaneous merchandise without the consent of the owner or authorized person to give consent. It's a violation of Ohio Revised Code 2913.02A, theft. It's a misdemeanor of the first degree. Misdemeanors of the first degree carry a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Mr. Dodson, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
All right, so you're admitting the violation?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept your guilty plea. I'm going to enter a guilty finding. But prior to us doing sentencing, I'm going to have you drug screen anymore on your place.
Okay.
Okay? So, if I can have a representative handle the drug screen. If you want to look for Mr. McCann, he's walking out the courtroom right now. He's going to take care of that, and we'll have you back out momentarily.
State of Ohio versus Casey Barker, case number CRA 24458.
For the State of Ohio versus Casey Barker, CRA 24458.
Is this an arraignment or the pretrial that's set for today, Your Honor?
An arraignment, I believe.
Okay.
On the trial.
I already have Mr. Barker on a case that's set for pretrial this morning as well. So I would assume that the court would probably extend my appointment to cover this matter as well.
That would be correct.
This is charged, we're going to waive reading.
Okay.
This is charged as a felony, so he is out of custody on an OR bond on this case, on the case that's pending as a misdemeanor. I assume the state would not object to continuing the OR bond onto this matter with the addition of a protection order.
And we are going to request a protection order, and we're okay with an OR bond. Mr. Barker also has a third-degree felony domestic violence case that was in Ironton Municipal Court that was bound over yesterday.
Say anything right now. I don't know who it is. We're on the record.
So here we've got, I guess, a misdemeanor domestic violence and then this new felony.
Okay.
We're here and here, here and here.
We're going to do a 5,000 OR bond. Yes. And protection order I'm going to issue. Who's the alleged victim in this, Mr. Hill?
It is a minor with the initials MB.
B as a boy.
Yeah.
MB?
Yes.
Okay.
And since obviously we're going to be setting this for a preliminary hearing, I think it probably makes the most sense to go ahead and call the other case, set it at the same time. We're not going to get anything done on that while we're...
It looks like it's for review.
No, it's a pretrial. He may have a review as well.
It's a pretrial on review, I think.
No, well, there's a case that's set for pretrial as well. Well, maybe it's not set today.
Yes, it is set today. There's several different cases involved.
Are you here to second, Mr. Steyer?
I'm not here the second, Your Honor. I'm here the 5th and the 9th.
If you set it for the 9th, if you waive time.
You care. We'll waive time, that's fine, Your Honor.
What day is this?
August 9th
Thank you.
for preliminary hearing at 10 a.m. and we'll call.
State of Ohio versus Casey A.
Actually,
Barker, case number
Your Honor,
CRA 24404, CRA 21614, CRB 11849, TRD 122915, A, B, and C.
Your Honor, he's just been served today on this and he's not in custody. I think we're actually the 9th is within the time constraints. Because it's 15 days if he's not in custody. So I don't think a time waiver is necessary.
That'd be fine. Still set it for the 9th at 10 a.m. and all other pending cases before the court will be set for pretrial at 10 a.m. August 9th as well.
Okay. You're done for today then. If you want to wait, I'll come out and talk to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Charles R. Hall, case number CRB 23-596, CRB 24-182.
All right, this is State of Ohio versus Charles R. Hall, CRB 23-596, CRB 24-118. We've got results from Mr. Hall's screen.
Dirty.
And so presently, we're going to remand Mr. Hall in custody, and then we'll have him back out later in the docket.
Your Honor, can I say something?
You probably don't want to say anything at this point.
No, I just got, I'm here to I got a testament.
Well, is that accurate?
He does have an appointment for A2 at 9 a.m. or 12:30 p.m. I apologize for an assessment.
Well, I would ask you to go ahead and do an assessment on him today, if you can.
I can.
Okay. We'll have him recall later in the docket. You have a copy of the screen?
I do not.
If you want to approach, I want to make sure you got all the information.
State of Ohio versus Joe D. Bowles, I can hold him, from the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24455.
The State of Ohio versus Joe D. Bowles, a second. CRA 24455, we're here for a, scheduled as a Rule 4 hearing. And Mr. Bowles, it looks like you have a probation violation that has been filed in Pike County. They're requesting a $3,000 cash surety bond on you. There's a couple of ways we can handle this. You have the option to have a hearing on this, and it'll be probably not for at least a week. We can have the hearing, and we can have Pike County come down here and determine whether or not you are the Joe D. Bowles they're looking for, and deal with it at that time, or if you wish to acknowledge that you are the Joe D. Bowles they're looking for, you can waive your right to the Rule 4 hearing. If you wish to do that, I will give them 7 days to pick you up. If they haven't picked you up within that time frame, I will set the matter for that morning in court. And if they haven't picked you up or have no valid reason why they haven't picked you up, you'll be discharged. So how would you wish to proceed? Okay. All right, so. Okay. If you wish to hold up, you post your signature. Find Mr. Bowles has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to his Rule 4 hearing, and he'll be ordered returned to Pike County. All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Andrew Curry, case number CRA 23464 A, B, and C, CRB 23463, CRB 23291, CRB 2361, CRB 22351.
All right, this is State of Ohio versus Andrew Curry. CRA 23464, A, B, and C, CRB 23463, CRB 23291, CRB 2361. This is Mr. Steyer's case.
Your Honor, can I do something on Jack Bowles?
Yes.
So they're gonna have until 8 a.m. to pick him up on 8/2?
Correct.
May I write that on here?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, I've got a note here that we're here for an arraignment because Mr. Curry left treatment against advice.
Mr. Curry denied that he left against advice.
Okay.
He denies that he left.
Okay. Looks like he was treating with Bethesda. Do you have any update?
Yes, Your Honor. On a Monday, Mr. Curry took a drug screen and was positive for cocaine. He requested to take another screen and was on camera, had another client produce a urine sample for him and tried to use that sample to pass a screen.
Mr. Steyer, I guess you're going to want to talk to Mr. Curry then.
Yeah, I'm going to speak to him if I have his recall.
Okay. We'll recall this matter a little bit more.
State of Ohio versus Mandy J. Hall, case number CRB 24116.
This is State of Ohio versus Mandy J. Hall, CRB 24116. And this is an arraignment for an alleged Mr. Smith's case. He's present with Ms. Hall. So this is an arraignment for failure to appear for a sentencing hearing.
Judge, this is a case where Friday night, in the last week, she was being court. She worked 50 months, 50 hours every week. She overslept. I know it's not an excuse, but it's not that she willfully disobeyed her. To disobey the court order short for the pre-trial. Mr. Sowers posted bond, so the one position immediately instead of being held for 7 days. She's at her home. She wasn't hiding. She willfully with Mr. Sowers. She got in jail. Just I asked that he put back on. She released from custody, put back on the active docket. She is an ODP. She lives in Lahash. I just got a letter dated 7/17, and she's on the approach. Good, she's compliant. I heard her she's back to treatment and sitting in jail. I believe it was an honest mistake, and she had no intention to not show up. And I will say, she did call my office that afternoon. Probably should. You asked when she woke up. Probably should call Mr. Sauer, but in any event, she reached out and she wanted to make it. I don't know. Never had before.
So she admitted to that?
Oh, yes, that's a long way of saying, yes, she admitted she did show.
All right. Ms. Hall, what I'll do is I'll give you 3 days in jail, 3 days credit that you've already done. We'll set this back for August 30th. And I believe that's a sentencing. 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You'll be released today,
What was the date?
August 30th.
I'm going to write that down.
State of Ohio versus John F. Hatfield, case number CRA 24443.
So State of Ohio versus John F. Hatfield. CRA 24443, Mr. Stiers' case.
Was this John Hatfield that was called?
It is.
All right. Your Honor, I believe based on discussions we had in the back, the state is willing to reduce the bond in this matter to a recognizance bond in exchange for a waiver of time constraints on the preliminary hearing to reset this sometime down the road to give them time to look a little further into this and without taking the case off the grand jury at this point. We recognize there's no problem that it won't eventually go to the grand jury, that it will or that it won't be dealt with. Here we don't know, but all we're doing today is we're going to do a recognizance bond for Mr. Hatfield and reschedule this for another day, and we will waive time constraints.
Mr. Hill?
That's our agreement, Your Honor.
Okay. So we'll amend the bond to 5,000 OR. That's state's request. And Mr. Stier, how far out would you like to go?
Well, I'm going to leave that to the state because they want to do some investigation.
Okay.
How long do you need?
How long, Jasmine? A couple weeks, I guess.
Couple of weeks. I'm not here the 9th, other than that, I'm sorry, I'm not here the 2nd. Other than that, the dates within a couple of weeks are available.
All right. Let's do August 12th. We've got Mr. Stier.
I am available that day, Your Honor.
All right. Set this for August 12th. We're preliminary hearing. Is there any need for a protection order or anything? Mr. Hill? Looks like this was a breaking and entering.
We don't have the information at this point to know exactly. We believe that one of the victims may be deceased, actually.
All right, we'll be back August 12th at 10 a.m. Preliminary hearing.
State of Ohio versus Brandon Walters, case number CRA 24442.
The State of Ohio versus Brandon Walters, CRA 24442, so it's just a Morford's case, and that's what's going right here.
So what we did on the other one was, put in the OR bond, wait time, and then come back to the preliminary hearing in 2 weeks. We got some work to do on the case. Yeah.
Mr. Hill, is this a co-defendant?
Pardon?
Is this a co-defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Murphy?
Your Honor, I believe that the state amendment laws had already been passed, but I believe we're not going to set OR bond if we
That's correct, Your Honor.
That's what I just asked. All right. I'm going to At the state's request, I'm going to amend bond to 5,000 OR, same as the co-defendant, and Mr. Norford, we'd like to come back at the same date as the co-defendant on August 12th. Would your client be willing to waive time on the preliminary hearing to make that happen?
He's going to be out, give me a minute, chat for him. I've got a call for him.
We'll come back August 12th for preliminary hearing at 10 a.m.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
You're rich.
All right, we're going to be doing some pre-trials. If you've got a pre-trial, please come in the courtroom.
State of Ohio versus Lucas Friend, case number CRB 24-322, A, B, C, and D.
So the State of Ohio versus Lucas Friend, CRB 24-322, A, B, C, and C. Matter is set for a pre-trial today. Mr. Lucas is present, Mr. Chris DeLauder, and State represented by Mr. Keel in the matter.
Your Honor, Mr. Friend's in treatment with OVP. I've got an update from them. He's, I think, compliant with treatment. He's taking that medicine that won't allow you to drink while you're on it. So he's been successful with that so far. In any event, I've talked to Mr. Hill about trying to get this resolved. There are a couple issues I have to deal with Mr. Friend before we can do that. We also don't have an agreement specifically with respect to sentencing. However, we did discuss an agreement with respect to entering a plea. We'd like to reset this for September 9th, if that's okay. And I should be able to have everything on my end done by then, and we may be able to resolve it on that day.
Defendant's request, this matter will be set to September 9th for pre-trial at 10 a.m.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Haberlin, case number TRD 23-418, PRC 19-1630, A, B, and C. Christopher Haberlin.
Last court case, it's been sorted now.
To the State of Ohio versus Christopher Haberlin, PRB 23-418, PRC 19-1630. Mr. Haberlin's present, Mr. DeLauder. State represented by Attorney Philip Keel. Set for pre-trial.
Your Honor, so I actually had Mr. Haberlin on some old CRB cases that are resolved. They're not on the docket, they've been over with. But during the process of representing him on those, these traffic offenses popped up, so I've been appearing with him to try to get this resolved. So my understanding is that he has an obligation to complete the driver intervention program left outstanding. He's talked to the local outfit now that's doing the driver intervention program. They tell him that the next available program's in August, but he doesn't know if they have a room yet in the August program.
Open yet, so I'm waiting on a call back from them to find out.
And she was here earlier, but I don't know where she...
There is also the possibility, Mr. Haberlin, and I've recommended this to people in the past, is they typically hold those programs at hotels.
Yep.
You can get them pretty much weekly if you're willing to commute to Columbus or Cincinnati. So that is an opportunity that you should check out as well.
That's fine.
We have one that's typically offered once a month, and it often does fill up. So when would you like to come back?
Well, if he can get in the August program, I think it's the 18th, or I think it's around the 18th of August. So September 9th would be fine. And then if for some reason he can't get in, but I have confirmation that he's in the following one, then I'll notify the court.
We'll set defendant's request, we'll set this for September 9th for pretrial at 10 a.m.
We're going to prepare a time waiver too.
Yes, he will waive time, Judge, as will Mr. Friend, the last guy. Are there any other obligations that I'm unaware of with respect to Mr. Heberlin?
I don't believe so. This was the only thing I had left to finish.
Okay.
And what day?
September 9th.
Let me take a look at the other file.
Oh, sorry.
Community service is done.
The TRD 23-418 doesn't look like there's ever been a plea in that. That's a failure to reinstate.
So that may resolve itself if he can get his license reinstated?
Correct.
Okay. All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir.
We'll have both of those matters set forward.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jet Porter. Case number TRC 231143 A and B.
This is State of Ohio versus Jet Porter, TRC 231143 A and B. This matter is set for a pretrial today. Prior to going forward today, I probably should at least put on record that I did consult on this case. If there's anything contested today, I would not be able to hear it, but if everybody has an agreement, then, and everybody's is agreeable to waive any potential conflict, that's to me, hearing the agreement and going forward, then I wouldn't have a problem doing so.
Judge, I believe we would waive any potential conflict, and I believe we do have an agreement. We've pre-tried this on a number of occasions, also with Judge Capper, who is aware of the resolution that we're proposing today. And if you want me to state the reasoning on the record behind this, part of the problem in this case is that the officer failed to observe Mr. Porter for 20 minutes as required prior to administering the breath test. That was confirmed through the actual video. It's right there on the video. We believe that invalidates the breath score. In addition to that, there were some medical conditions that Mr. Porter suffers from. We provided proof of that to the prosecutor's office. They've been long-standing conditions that also call into question the alleged breath score. Without that, there was no indication of any erratic driving on the video. It was a marked lanes violation allegedly. It may have been on the video, but it's not clear on the video. Mr. Porter did well on the video with respect to the field sobriety tests that were administered. He has no prior record and was very cordial with the officer during the stop. They actually let another individual that was in the car drive home. They were sober. Everyone in the car appeared to be sober. So in light of all those facts, I believe the state's willing to move to amend the charge to a violation of, what would it be, 4511-201, which I think is reckless driving, the 2-point variety. And Mr. Porter would enter no contest plea with a stipulation to a guilty finding on that.
Okay. Mr. Hill, are you waiving any potential conflicts that I may have on that?
We do waive, Your Honor.
Okay.
And with respect to the statement that Mr. DeLauder made on behalf of his client, it's close enough as far as our feelings about why we should compromise this case. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that Mr. Porter had an expert and had medical records that showed that he had had acid reflux for way, like, back to his teenage years, I guess, and that would, in all likelihood, have an influence on the breath score. So, and his driving was not egregious, and the field sobriety tests were not terrible either. So that's our reasoning.
The B case, the Mark Lanes, are you keeping it, dismissing it?
Oh, I guess we'll nolly it.
All right.
Steve's would this be unsafe operator, that code, that 4511.201 section number he gave?
Yes.
Would that be correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
The B case will be nollied. All right, there'll be I'm going to accept the no contest plea and a guilty finding to the violation of 4511.201, and there'll be a $100 fine and costs. Can you pay that today? Mr.
Yes, we'll take care of that today.
Pay it today, no probation.
Thank you, Your Honor. Will that be all from Mr. Porter?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus David Lee Labor II, case number CRB 23757.
So the state of Ohio versus David Lee Labor II, CRB 23757. Labor's present here in court with his attorney, Mr. Roger Smith, and state represented by Attorney Phil Keel. We're set for a pretrial. Well, it's not a perfect report, but it's seemingly better.
I worked hard on that. I'm trying to get it where I can go to, what's the next station? What's it called?
Exploration.
Survey. Oh, no. It's exploration 1, 2, but survey, you got 8-hour passes, so I go home and see my dogs. I can't wait, I'm proud.
Your Honor, he is making some progress.
Yeah, he should be.
I got a little incident with one of the guys there yesterday, but.
He handled himself well. It was nothing on, somebody tried to take a broom out of his hand while he was doing his chores. And he communicated and he did well.
My mouth started going 100 miles an hour, that's something I gotta get control, because that's the same reason why I'm here for. So if I get that under control, I'm doing good.
Absolutely. I'm proud of you for doing the right thing.
Could you tell Mr. Capper that I'm sorry for going back on my word and I violated my thing and got probation. And I'm sorry for going back on my word. I sit there and think about it, and today I feel like crap because I'm on man's word. If the word ain't good, then you ain't good. You ain't got your word, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got any word of crap in my eyes. And I went back on my word to him, and I feel really.
I will definitely let him know, and I'll also let him know how well you're doing now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Smith, when would you like to come back? We got September 9th for bail review.
That should be okay.
Hey, I remember my hat this time. Take it off. I'm sorry about that this last time.
It's okay.
You know what, by chance, why you sent me a minute and reads that took me out of TCC and put me in minute and reads?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear
Do
you.
you know by chance why they took me out of TCC and put me in minute and reads for?
I don't. You may be able to talk to your lawyer about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Do you know why he?
I do not.
It's kind of a mystery. He was at the counseling center and he had to switch. But
I was going to graduate from there, almost.
Yeah, I don't have any information in the file that says, but you're doing good. We're happy that you're doing good, and Mr. Labor will see you back
I go to
September
court.
9th.
Can I come to court on my computer? Online?
No, we really like to have you here. We like to see you.
All right.
Thank you, Your
See you
Honor.
back
thank you,
September
Judge.
9th.
See you then. Keep up the good work.
Might be the next session. Next day, yeah, might be seeing my dogs next time.
That'll be good.
I will promise.
State of Ohio versus Tracy J. McDonald, case number TRC 22-2574, A, B, C, D, and E.
State of Ohio versus Tracy J. McDonald, PRC 22-2574, ABCDE. Mr. McDonald's present with his attorney, Mr. Smith, and state's represented by attorney Bill Field. Looks like this is a pre-trial on old review.
They're fixed. Yeah. But that's, you can worse.
Judge, if I may approach, I have a report from Ocean Therapeutics dated yesterday.
You may.
Last time we were here, the judge wanted to bring an actual report. We did an oral report last time.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
You'll get it back, Dan. That's the court copy. Did you may keep that? I didn't show it to Mr. Hill.
It's progress, Mr. McDonald, so that's good. Mr. Smith, when would you like to come back?
Judge, how about that December 9th date, if that's acceptable?
September 9th, the pre-trial. 10 a.m.
September 9th at 10. You're free to go, keep on going.
State of Ohio versus Ladana Walker, case number TRC 24609, A and B.
So the State of Ohio versus Ladana Walker, PRC 24609, A and B. Ms. Walker is present with her attorney, Mr. Roger Smith. The state's represented by attorney Bill Keel. We're set for a pre-trial.
Go ahead. Okay. The judge, we had talked, this case, she has a prior in 2015 and 2023. There are some evidentiary issues with out-of-state convictions, possibly uncancelable convictions, and the actual number of convictions. In light of that, I spoke with Mr. Hill. He would not have a problem in this to a first offense and delay sentencing. She is at OVP for some unrelated things, but they would add AOD counseling to what her curriculum is now at OVP, would come back sometime in the future and sentence in accordance with how well she does with OVP.
Okay. What plea was your client? Was she
Guilty to first offense, Judge. I think the state's going to make that amendment based upon this problem with the other convictions and things of that nature.
Is that correct, Mr. Hill?
It is, Your Honor, and we are encouraging her to continue on with her treatment, and hopefully this ends up being a positive for her.
I think it will.
Ms. Walker, is that what your attorney's representing? Is that what you wish to do today?
Yes.
Okay. I will accept your guilty plea. I'll enter a guilty finding.
If you want to come back sooner than September 9th, they get to see how she's doing in treatment. I have no objection other than the 23rd of August.
We'll come back September 9th. For sentencing at that time, and we'll see how you're continuing to do in treatment at that point.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. Thank you, Mr. Field.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Corey Easton, case number CRB 24247, CRB 24222. Corey Easton.
This is State of Ohio versus Corey Easton, CRB 24247 and CRB 24222. This matter is set for a pretrial today.
Corey, should be in Cardinal. I know there was a plea taken on the Ironton case. Was that just last week, Mr. Hill?
Time flies, I think.
Okay.
Seems like it was last week.
I was in court when that occurred down there.
Yes.
I believe it was last week.
I don't believe we have a representative from Cardinal here.
That's correct. Why don't we do this? I am actually need to go on record and indicate that I'm involved with another case with Ms. Eastham, and so I wouldn't be able to hear this anyway today.
So when we put this on Monday's docket?
We can move this over to Monday, and that'll give you an opportunity to reach out to Cardinal and make sure they're aware that she needs to appear.
Yes.
This matter will be reset for 7/29 for pretrial. All right. Be set for pretrial Monday, 10 a.m. Thank you, Mr. Stroud.
State of Ohio versus Felicia R. Baku, case number CRB 24-143.
This is State of Ohio versus Felicia R. Baku, CRB 24-143. Ms. Baku is present in court with her attorney, Mr. Stratton, state represented by Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Philip Field. We are set for a pretrial today. And I have a note that it looks like this was a 90-day continuance.
Yes, Your Honor, with payment of court costs.
Have the court costs been paid?
Have the court costs been paid, Your Honor? I believe.
That's what we're looking at.
Okay.
Just the one.
They have not been? Okay. Court costs have not been paid.
Okay. I believe he was supposed to pay costs. This was a cross filing, right? Yeah, I believe the other party was supposed to pay these costs, Your Honor. They were not paid.
Do you have the other party who it is?
What was it? German. Nikita German. German?
State of Ohio versus Makia German, case number CRB 24-144. This is the Morford's case.
Well, they have, no, they have not been paid.
Okay.
Mr. Morford's case, Makia German.
Mr. Morford, you got the cross file here. Nakia German. All right, Mr. German, you want to come on up? This is State of Ohio versus Nakia German, CRB 24-144. This matter was a cross filing, and it looks like these matters were to be dismissed upon payment of court costs. Although the note that I have, Mr. Stratton, is, from what I see, is it looks like Mr. German was supposed to be dismissed with costs, and all I see on your client is just 90-day dismissal, 90 days.
Yeah, I think it was just one cost.
One cost?
Yes.
All right, so, Mr. Morford, can your client pay the court costs today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. These matters will be dismissed upon payment of the one court costs for Mr. German.
So, do you want to set another date in case he doesn't pay, or
I'm going to go ahead and dismiss
first?
Ms. Baku's case.
He's going to pay today.
Since there was no, and let's go out. Here's what I'm gonna do on Mr. German's case. If they're paid today, and Mr. Morford, you can provide proof of that, it'll be dismissed. If not, I'm gonna set another pretrial date for August 23rd.
He indicates he can pay you today, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, we often have people that say they'll pay and then they don't.
Then they don't.
Door. So in the event that it's paid today, it'll be dismissed. In the event that it is not paid, Mr. Chairman, then you'll need to be back August 23rd. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, Judge.
In the event that, if you get it paid today or you get it paid before then, you don't have to appear.
I'm about to walk out there and change it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan Malone, case number CRB 24319.
The State of Ohio versus Jonathan Malone, CRB 24319. Says Mr. Stratton's case, Mr. Malone's present, and Mr. Keel is going to be representing the State of Ohio. This matter is set for a pretrial.
We're going to dismiss it with costs and successful treatment and costs. How's it? Has he been doing his treatment? Where's he going?
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder if we have something for that. You probably don't have anything in writing today. This month? Yes. Okay. Bring something that shows that he's like that.
We can pay costs.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
What we had discussed previously, and Your Honor, the alleged victim, Ms. Malone, who I believe is Mr. Malone's spouse, she tells me that Mr. Malone is in treatment, has been going to treatment at the VA. And that's one of the things we wanted to make sure that we got accomplished for him before we agreed to dismiss the charges. We also were asking for the payment of court costs before we would dismiss the charges. We'd like to see something from the VA that reports that he's engaged in making progress before we would agree to dismiss it. So we'd like to come back one more time and have him bring that.
We can do that, Your Honor. We just do it for the VA.
How long do you think you'll need to get that information, Mr. Stratton?
A week.
Yeah.
A week. It was scheduled for next Friday, Your Honor.
All right. August 2nd,
Yes.
pre-trial, 10 a.m.
Bring 11 and we'll get it dismissed that day. I think Nancy just something on her letterhead that says you're in treatment. Okay.
State of Ohio versus Jared Sippel, case number CRB 24430.
So the State of Ohio versus Jerry Sippel, case number CRB 24433. Mr. Sippel, President of the attorney, Mr. Stratton, is represented by Attorney Bill Keel. Matter set for pretrial.
So, Your Honor, we had a situation here where he was evaluated by a PATH. I sent a text message to PATH this morning, to Kyle at PATH, asking for a report. Kyle said there is a report.
There is one here?
He said there is.
I'll go look on that.
Yesterday.
You went yesterday? Okay.
Give me this week.
I have a report from 7/19.
That's the report.
Okay.
Okay.
It was buried a little bit in the file, but
Okay.
yeah, it's here.
They evaluated him at the jail. Things went okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You met with him yesterday?
What's that?
You met with him yesterday? Okay.
I'll meet with him Tuesday. I think he's got a lot set up.
Yeah.
Which is what I asked for. So.
Yeah.
This one just came through, dated 26, just came through.
It's a good report.
Great.
Pat, when would you like to come back? Mr. Stratton?
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, Your Honor, since we're...
Probably need to go out a little further than that.
That's fine.
Because, well, June 23rd?
23rd? Yeah, that'll work. August 23rd.
Pre-trial, 10 a.m., August 23rd.
All right, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Carlos J. Police. Case number CRV 2418.
The State of Ohio versus Carlos J. Police, CRB 2418.
Yeah.
Got a note here that we're back for 90 days. We're going to be dismissed upon payment of court costs if there are no further problems between parties.
You can pay costs today, right?
If not today, tomorrow, yeah.
Costs still paid?
Costs have not been paid.
It'll be 150.
150. Your Honor, he's not able to pay that today. He'll pay it tomorrow. So if we just set that for another date, which he does not have to appear, maybe if that's paid. Yeah, of course. So I'm gonna give you another date, but you would pay by that date, you do not have to. Okay.
All right.
And Your Honor, Ms. Harris is here. She's the alleged victim in this, and she has explained that they had a little bit of an issue with having a counselor, and that was one of the things that we wanted done. So I think there may be some counseling that still needs to be completed.
That is, I do see there's an open for counseling. Parties are going to do counseling together, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Yes, so what is the deal with the...
So Your Honor, he had an insurance issue through work. Now he has insurance through work. So they've just set up a new therapist. So he'll definitely do that.
Okay.
So she's going to have counseling available through her insurance through work, but I guess not enough time has passed for it to come into effect. So we would like to see that done as well.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's continue this matter for pretrial till August 26th at 10 a.m. That will give you a month to be able to get some of the counseling done and maybe satisfy Mr. Hill that this isn't, that everybody's serious and this isn't going to occur again.
Okay.
And then, if in the event that he's satisfied, it's going to pay the court costs, but if you can get that done between now and then, that's the last thing you got to do.
So,
You do have to be here.
All right, see everybody, everybody's back August 26th.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Sherry Price, case number CRB 24195. Sherry Price.
So the State of Ohio versus Sherry Price, CRB 24195. Mr. Priest is present, State Attorney Mr. Stratton, and State's represented by Attorney Ford Hill. We're set for a pretrial today, and like the other case, I've been noted that it will be dismissed if the costs are paid and no further problems. Costs aren't paid yet.
Your Honor, if we could set it out for maybe another date, and then if costs are paid, she does not have to appear, that'd be fine?
August 26th, 10 a.m. If costs paid, the defendant does not need to appear.
I'll pay it by then, you don't have to appear. It'll be dismissed that day. This? Just be paying for it.
Federal High versus Perry S. Schaefer, case number CRB 24145.
So State of Ohio versus Perry Schaefer, CRB 24145. Mr. Schaefer is present in court with his attorney, Mr. Stratton, state representative by Attorney Heal, set for pre-trial.
Your Honor, at this point, we're set for a jury trial on August 9th, and that's where we're at. May we approach, Your Honor?
You may. What does that mean? What does it mean? I understand.
Well, misdemeanors are full up, just like the others. So, I guess four carries out. I think it'll be good. Probation. I think if you agree on mine, this
Yeah. Give me the
it'll be a
statute.
Minor misdemeanor. This one is $150 for the court costs. That's it.
Okay, so that won't be permanently on my record though.
It will be, but it's just a minor misdemeanor. Okay. Your Honor, I understand that the state's willing to amend the charge to a disorderly, a minor misdemeanor.
Do you have that section number?
I do not. I'm sorry.
I don't recall it off the top of my head.
I don't.
You have your phone?
1 second.
I think Mr. Trujillo's working on it.
I think he is. Your Honor, we'll enter a no contest plea to that. And just ask for a final cost. 2917.11A. This is due to 2917.11A2.
Mr. Schaefer, is that correct? You want us to enter a no contest plea to the amended charge?
Correct.
I'll accept your no contest plea. I'll enter a guilty finding. It'll be a $150 fine and court costs.
All right, just gonna set that up.
Okay.
Do we need a final?
Are you available, or can you pay that today?
I can, what would be the total cost?
It would be 275, is that? A little bit more.
I can put it on a credit card, right?
Can you put it on a credit card?
75 plus another 50 for,
325. Here's what we'll do, we'll do final payday.
This is just a final payday.
it is 10/22/24.
All right. We'll give you a final pay date of October 22nd, 2024. You can pay by card. If you can't do it here, you have to do it on the court's website if you're going to pay it by card. But we'll have a final pay date to get it done, they'll all paid by October 22nd of 2024.
Okay, so I can talk to him about this out there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You all set?
I appreciate it.
No problem.
In the court's order.
State of Ohio versus Joseph R. Sherman, case number CRB 24-113 A and B, CRB 23-248.
The State of Ohio versus Joseph R. Sherman, CRB 24-113 A and B, CRB 23-248. Mr. Sherman's present to attorney Mr. Stratton, and the state's represented by attorney Philip Heald, set for a pre-trial.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
So we're sitting here on sentencing and pre-trial, Your Honor.
Part of the sentencing on the DDA to complete that was the payment of court costs, fine and court costs, and all that has been paid. I've got a receipt. And then that leaves us with the resisting arrest charge, Your Honor, which will plead no contest to that. Yeah.
What did that say, Sean?
Huh?
The report, I didn't see.
From Pat.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's where I've completed it, but I'm still continuing voluntarily.
Yeah, it's mentioning that it's a good report that he's continuing voluntary services for his personal well-being. All right, the 23-248 case will be completed.
Completed.
We've got left, it looks like a resisting arrest and an into domestic violence on the 24-113 A and B.
The domestic should have been dropped.
And it's my understanding that he's going to enter a guilty plea to resisting arrest. And if he does that, we're going to recommend a 30-day suspended jail sentence.
Yes.
Okay. What about the into domestic?
I believe that's been dismissed.
Yeah, that got dropped for the
That one
past.
had already been dealt with.
That's it.
If not, I think the state's going to dismiss that charge.
Is it the A case?
Yeah, the A case.
Okay, it's not been, nothing's been done.
Okay. So is that true, Mr. Hill, you're dismissing the A case?
Yes, and we've spoken with the victim in just recent days, and she would not be opposed to that, given the fact that Mr. Sherman has been successful in his treatment.
Yes, Your Honor, plead no contest to resisting arrest. Ask that all the time be suspended.
Okay. Is that true, Mr. Sherman?
Yes, sir.
All right. Accept your no contest plea, I'll enter guilty finding. Be 30 days in jail. I'll suspend all 30 days.
Yeah.
Be a $100 fine and court costs.
Your Honor, you might have some credit on that charge.
Because she's the one that bonded me out.
Okay. How many days did you do in jail?
It was only like a week, but
Okay. I don't have any notes for the exact amount of time you spent in jail.
Okay.
You said you did a week?
Yeah, it was, I think it was like 5 days, because she's the one that bonded me out of jail.
Okay.
Is that not showing on the folder, Your Honor?
It's not. I've got a note that there was jail, but that's all it says. Mr. Hill, do you stipulate the 5 days?
We don't object to that. Your
All
Honor.
right, so it'd be 30 days in jail, 25 suspended, credit 5 days.
You want a review hearing?
Yes,
Do you want it in January or sooner?
January is fine. Be 2 years, level 4 probation,
Community service?
no community service.
2 years?
Yep, 2 years, level 4 probation. And what's our review date?
It is for January the 17th at 25 at 9 a.m.
All right,
And what about the A case?
nodded.
Okay.
That state's request.
Got to report to probation right over there.
He's on vacation.
He's on vacation. Okay.
You have a review date for January 17th at 9 a.m. If you have your fines and costs paid at that point, you will not need to appear for the review.
Thank you.
Should he report to probation? Well, I guess Mr. Major is on vacation.
Mr. Cooper is still out there. He'll let him know what way he wants him to go, or set your date to come report.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Commander Thompson, case number CRB 1962, CRB 2649. Amanda Thompson.
All right, this is State of Ohio versus Amanda Thompson, CRB 1962, CRB 2649. Mr. Stratton, her attorney is present, but Ms. Thompson is not.
She was, Your Honor, and then she thought she might be going into labor.
Your Honor, if I may, I told her to go ahead and go to the
Yeah.
hospital.
Okay. Let's reset this for another date.
Can we give that a little bit of time? Maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've got no problem with that, because if she's going into labor, there's gonna need to set back for Monday, so.
Right.
How about August 26th?
Yeah, that'll work, Your Honor.
Pre-trial on review.
State of Ohio recalls Jake Dotson, case number CRB 24456.
All right, this is State of Ohio versus Jake Dotson, CRB 24456. We were here earlier. Mr. Dotson had guilty plea to the charge in this matter. We had Mr. Dotson screened. He was negative for all substances to his credit. All right, so Mr. Dotson, I'm going to go ahead and sentence you at this point. I'm going to sentence you to 10 days jail. I'll suspend all of it. Be a $40 fine. Court costs. 30 hours of community service. Two years level 4 probation.
Was this at Walmart?
It was, be in order to stay out of all Walmart stores. As part of probation. And I'll set you a review date for January 17th, 2025 at 10 a.m. You'll need to meet with Mr. Cooper before you leave, and he'll get you set up for probation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
State of Ohio recalls Charles R. Hall, case number CRB 23596, CRB 24118, Charles R. Hall.
All right, this is CRB 23596 and CRB 24118, State of Ohio versus Charles R. Hall. We were last here a bit earlier, and I had Mr. Hall screened. He tested positive for numerous illicit substances, and we were having him assessed for treatment. Has that occurred?
Yes.
Okay. Where are things with that?
Our detox facility is willing to take him if the court allows it.
All right, Mr. Hall, are you willing to go there?
Right now?
I don't know if they're willing to take you like that, but it would certainly be today, yes, if you're willing to go.
Come to outpatient?
You don't get a choice.
Outpatient choice?
They tell us what you need, and they tell you what you need, and as I told another gentleman earlier, you're ordered to do it, to complete to do treatment through them. If we order that, it's as if
It's up to the court, but yeah, we do have a bed for you.
But I want you to understand, if they tell you to do something, it's as if I told you myself.
I understand now.
Okay.
How you think I'll help me do this?
Well, once they're ready to take you, I will allow you to go to treatment.
All right. Thank you. I'll take it back. Hey, there, who is that over there? Great room? Sorry about that.
All right. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to revoke your bond, but I am going to amend your bond to allow you to go to treatment with the counseling center.
So, am I going to detox?
Yes, sir. That's the length of stay is determined by the clinical team.
Yeah.
If I need it or not?
Yeah.
If they say you need it, you got to do it. If they say you need more, you got to do that too.
So, it just depends on what they say.
Correct.
So, my court order just depends on what they say.
Your court order to do what they say.
All right.
So if they tell you you got to do it, you got to do it.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want to go. If you don't want to go, then we can send you on down the road and we'll come back another day and figure it out.
No, I'll go.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna order that you be released to the counseling center for treatment.
What do you want to get the bond to?
Let's do 1,000 OR with treatment at TCC. And we'll come back. August 9th.
You say the 9th?
For pretrial interview. I just set it for not
So,
pretrial.
I got to agree. We go through that foundation.
All right. We'll have to be back August 9th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Angel Whitley, case number CRB 24138. Mr. Stratton's case.
This is State of Ohio versus Angel Whitley, CRB 24-138. Mr. Whitley is present. This is Mr. Stratton's case. He's now present in the courtroom. State's represented by Attorney Kirk Hill. I've got a note that this matter was set today and that it was going to be dismissed if the alleged victim doesn't appear.
Is Maggie Dillon here?
Maggie Dillon. Maggie Dillon is here. Please come into the courtroom.
So she walked up to me at the fair.
Mr. Deal, it doesn't appear that she's appeared.
We'll null it without prejudice, Your Honor.
All right, case will be nollied due to non-cooperation of the case is dismissed.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Francisco Solomon, case number TRC 241412, A, B, C, and D. Francisco Solomon.
This is State of Ohio versus Francisco Solomon, TRD 24-14-12, A, B, C, and D. Mr. Solomon is now present in the courtroom. His attorney, Mr. Rob Trujillo, and State represented by Attorney Philip Hill. The matter is set for pre-trial today.
Question for you is, will you be able to schedule this for a suppression hearing? Giving you time.
Yeah.
Maybe like a week or two to draft. I just don't know how quickly you want.
Well, what I'd like to do, what do you think I was going to say?
It's ADHD.
I want to read what you say and compare it to what I see in the video and then make a decision about how I want to proceed. So we get a pre-trial on your suppression motion after you file it.
Okay. We can just send this for a pre-trial.
Yeah.
For that pre-trial.
Sure. Works for me.
Your Honor, counsel has received discovery for the most part in this matter. I guess the state is in agreement to set this for another pretrial to review a forthcoming suppression motion, if the court would oblige.
All right, Mr. Trujillo, when would you like to come back?
How much time do you need, Phil?
Just after you file it, I mean, we can set it for like 3 weeks.
That'd be fine. Fridays, Your Honor.
Okay. 23rd? That's about the earliest, well, 16th or the 23rd.
I have a suppression on the 23rd, so if we could do the 16th at whatever time and I think we're just setting that for a pre-trial rather than an actual suppression hearing.
Okay. August 16th.
10 a.m.
Pre-trial at 10 a.m. And if there are motions filed in the meantime, between now and then, at that point, you guys can pre-try the motion. If they're not filed, then you figure out where they go. But if we need it set for evidence, we can set it for evidence
Vamos a
that day.
regresar a agosto 16 por otro, pero solamente mismo tipo de hearing. No vamos a tener una evidencia o preguntando en Fuente del West, solamente regresar y voy a hacer la motion de suppress, recuerdas, y discutir con el prosecutor la próxima vez. No. where my client understands, we'll be back here on the 16th at 10, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Trujillo.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
State of Ohio recalls Andrew Curry, case number CRA 23-464-18C, CRB 23-463, CRB 23-291, CRB 23-61, CRB 22-351.
State of Ohio versus Andrew Curry. It's Mr. Steyer's case. We had recalled this matter.
Your Honor, I've spoken to representative from Bethesda. They are not willing to take Andrew back. I think our focus in this case is on treatments. We need to get him somewhere. I don't know if there's anyone here who has a male bed that would be interested in talking to him. Do you have a bed available? I would ask then that he be given an OR bond and allowed to go to hometown recovery. I'm not going to assume he's going to qualify for treatment. He was in treatment until this week when he was removed, so he could probably be qualified. So I would ask that we amend the bond to allow him to go to hometown recovery and to set this back at a date the court deems appropriate. I'm not here next Friday. So if the court wants to come back really quick, that's probably going to be this one there as.
Does Mr. Curry still have an ankle monitor on? Or
Yes, it would be physically removed because of his coming into the jail. And I would, as we discussed this caution, Mr. Curry, there's a good chance that noon on a Friday, there's not going to be one put on to him today. But I would ask that one can be attached today to be able to fill that out. If not, we'll bring one probably on Monday.
Okay.
They don't use them on the
All right, so here's what I'll do. I'll reinstate the bond at $3,000 OR with an ankle monitor.
If I may, Your Honor, Mr. Curry would like to ask an ankle monitor off his required.
Right now, so I'll turn myself in to the Lawrence County Fair.
That is accurate. He did come in and turn himself in on the warrant.
I appreciate that, Mr. Curry, but at least for now, I want to make sure that you are going, because you left, and you're not.
Right, again, he disputes that he left. I think and I don't think that's accurate. I think it could be discharged, not that he left.
Okay. Well, either way, he didn't complete treatment. So I'm going to order the ankle monitor, go back on, at least for the time being, to make sure you get some time there. And I'll order the.
Do we want to set this back on Monday to find out, just to check on what's happened with your doctor?
That's what I was going to do. I'll order that he can be released to hometown for treatment, and we'll put this back on the docket for the 29th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Curry, you're going to be able to be released to treatment as soon as they can put an ankle monitor on you. If they can get one on you today, you'll be released today. If they can't, you've got to wait until such time as they can get one on you. But either way, you're set to be back Monday. So if you get released today, they'll bring you back Monday. If you don't, you'll be here Monday. And at that point, Judge Capper may entertain removing the ankle monitor in the event that you're still in. But we'll deal with that on Monday.
If I may, Your Honor, we're already set back for the 19th on this matter. I don't know if we want to leave that date in place or vacate it to make a new decision on Monday.
Let's go ahead and leave that date in place, and then if on Monday, that may determine whether we keep that date or we go to another date.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Adkins, case number CRA 24-418. Your Honor, he has been picked up by Franklin County.
All right. This is State of Ohio versus Stephen Adkins, CRA 24-418. This was on Award 4, and he was informed that he was picked up by Franklin County, and so the matter will be dismissed here.
State of Ohio recalls Daniel Turner, case number CRA 24-457.
This is State of Ohio versus Daniel Turner, CRA 24-457. Mr. Stratton's case. We were here briefly, and we had Mr. Turner assessed, and that was likely going to determine what the bond was going to be.
Your Honor, he did assess, it just didn't register with us because he's been in jail all week and hadn't shown up for any services. We thought he maybe didn't come back in, we weren't aware he was in jail, but he actually reached out to his counselor this morning.
Okay. And what type of treatment is he going to?
He's going to be doing outpatient treatment.
All right. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Stratton, does he have another case pending?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's set for Monday.
Okay.
Just want to have him come back on this case on Monday also.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what do we do the bond at?
Mr. Hill, what's your position on bond?
Well, given all the circumstances, I guess we're not opposed to an OR bond. Or if he'd already posted a bond.
Did you post a bond? Yeah, did you post a bond?
Like prosecutors, yesterday.
Just allowed it out.
Okay.
No, he did not post a bond, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to sign a $2,000 OR bond. We'll be back Monday, July 29th for preliminary hearing at 10 a.m.
Monday. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Amen.
State of Ohio versus Darrell L. Runyon, case number CRB 23529. Darrell Runyon, Mr. Morford's case.
This is State of Ohio versus Darrell L. Runyon, CRB 23529. Mr. Morford is present in court, and I did not see his client.
And then Ryan from TCC asked me to report to you guys that he was in their program, but he has not showed up for 8 weeks, so he was discharged from TCC.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Morford?
Judge, I have nothing off here. I don't know where he is.
All right. I'll order a bench warrant to issue today.
State of Ohio versus Jory L. MacArthur, case number CRB 24139.
The State of Ohio versus Jory L. MacArthur, CRB 24139. I've got a note that on the file that this was a 90-day, and it was going to be dismissed with counseling. Mr. MacArthur, have you done your counseling?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have anything showing that you've completed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We're going to come around and get that from you. Doesn't look like he's completed it, Mr. Hill, but he has been going very, very regularly. Looks like you got another appointment on September 23rd.
That was just my decision, just to continue.
Yeah, don't even saying it's completed, but he has been very, very regularly attending.
How, does it indicate how long he's been treating?
It looks like it's been a while. The first one I see is June 17th, and he was there 17th, 21st, 24th, July 3rd, July 10th, 17th, 22nd, and he's going to be back Monday the 29th.
Your Honor, I believe the first one was 6/12.
Okay.
But I had also,
6/12, I apologize, I missed that one. It appears he's attended regularly. I wouldn't have any issue if you wanted to.
Okay. The victim is not opposed to that either, so we would need the payment of court costs.
Okay. Can you pay the court costs today?
yes, how much is it?
$125.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It'll be dismissed upon payment of court costs.
Once he pays that, she can do the dismissal out there.
Right. Yeah, if you just want to walk over to the clerk's office right now and pay that, they'll get the dismissal ready and I'll sign off on it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Michael Skinner, case number CRA 24406. Your Honor, he has been picked up by North Carolina.
All right, it's the State of Ohio versus Michael Skinner, CRA 24406. This matter was set for an extradition hearing. North Carolina had requested more time. The court had given them till today to pick him up, and it appears that he has been picked up from the Lawrence County Jail by North Carolina, so this matter being dismissed here.
State of Ohio versus Jesse L. Devaney, case number CRA 24166 A and B, CRB 24167. This is a preliminary hearing.
Okay. So the State of Ohio versus Jesse L. Devaney, CRA 24166 A and B, CRB 24167. Mr. Devaney's president, his attorney, Mr. Steyer, and state's represented by attorney Philip Hill.
Your Honor, we've got a positive report here.
Okay, you can approach.
I'm going to provide Mr. Hill quickly.
Okay. It's awfully nice, I don't see all that.
I try to take care of Phil.
All right, Mr. Devaney, very good report.
Thank you.
Is there a time you want to come back, Mr. Steyer?
I would leave it at the court's discretion what sort of a time frame we're looking at.
Okay. Well, let's do this.
For how? Okay. Your Honor, he is going to be going out of town on the 9th for 28 days of work, and then he'll be back for 14. So with that in mind, try to figure out, that puts us the week of like September 9th,
Why don't we do September 13th?
13th. I'm available that day. That's a little bit safer with the way the
I'm
days
glad you mentioned that because I was
work
going to put it September 6th. But it would be
Yeah.
right before that, so.
out.
September 13th, pre-trial and preliminary hearing.
September 13th.
What time?
10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You guys good work, man. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Fletcher, case number CRB 23705. Your Honor, he asked for
State of Ohio versus Stephen Fletcher, CRB 23705. We have this on for
No, we don't need Fletcher.
We don't need him out. We had this on to make sure that he reported for bail commitment. The court's been informed that he has. And so, hopefully, we already have a review here to set this matter for September 20th, 2024 at 9 a.m. We'll keep that date.
State of Ohio versus Jared R. Stover, case number TRC 24674, A, B, and C.
Okay. This is State of Ohio versus Jared Stover, TRC 24674, A, B, and C. This matter was set for a motion hearing today. Mr. Hill and Mr. Eachus contacted me about continuing the matter. And we had agreed to do that. It indicated that Mr. Stover nor Mr. Eachus needed to appear. And we left it on to pick some new dates on the court's calendar.
This will be for a motion, Your Honor.
It'll be for a motion. Mr. Hill, did you have those dates that Mr. Eachus was available? I don't see them in my messages. I don't know why I'm not seeing them, but I'm not seeing them.
Let's see, that was a group text.
It was.
He was not going to be available August 23rd to September 4th.
That's correct. Okay. He is available. Let's do August 16th at noon for a motion here.
See you Monday.
All right, have a good weekend.
You too.
I sent a message in that group text so that you would have it.
State of Ohio versus Freddie Atkins, case number CRB 23631, CRB 23437.
The State of Ohio versus Freddie Atkins, CRB 23631, CRB 23437. Mr. Atkins is present with his attorney, Mr. Stratton, and we are set for a sentencing today.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe, have you paid calls yet?
I have not yet.
Okay, I believe we were going to, if I'm incorrect, but these supposed to be dismissed upon payment of costs. So what the court's notes say?
Freddie Atkins.
Which case is that?
Got to note there's two cases, CRB 23631 and CRB 23437. On the,
Looks like on 23-631, he owes $235, and then on page 23, 437, he owes 130. He's paid 100 on that one.
Your Honor, if we set this out for a final pay date, he'll get those paid. What was the other, 235 and? I know I can only hold one number in my head.
I get all confused.
130.
130.
Let's do this. I don't want to do a final pay date on this. I'm going to set these back on September 20th.
Okay.
And if they're paid, he will not need to appear.
Yeah.
So they're paid off up here?
Correct.
Paid, that's not.
You said the 20th?
September 20th, 10 a.m.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, bye. Have a good one.
State of Ohio versus Kerry Beth McCoy, case number CRB 24227.
No. It's the state of Ohio versus McCoy, CRB 24227. Ms. McCoy is present with her attorney, Mr. Morford, and I just handed what I presume to be a report in a nice folder from Hometown Republic.
Do you want to go back there?
But we've got good negative screens.
It's not 1.5.
Can you see about my restrictions?
Well, if you know, then get it done. How many times have we stood here and said the same thing?
Major's not going to drop any restrictions.
Okay. Overall, it's a good report. My understanding was there was an incident a couple days ago from the report, but that's been taken care of in-house to your treatment team, and they seem satisfied and optimistic that it's not going to happen again going forward.
Judge, she has had a rough time trying to get into recovery. I think that would probably be an understatement. She is probably on her last leg at Hometown. It is time for her to engage fully, or I believe that she's going to leave Mr. Heald no choice but to take this to Ironton. I know nobody here wants to see that. There have been people here fighting to keep that from happening, but Judge, it's so close, it's imminent.
Okay.
Your Honor, we haven't really had a chance to actually work with her. That's why we're wanting to have the chance to work with her. We haven't really had any time. Last time she was with us, she was only with us for a few days, and they had her picked up due to behavior. So we would like to see if we could make any progress with her.
Okay. I will certainly give some time to do that, because I see that she hasn't been with you guys very long at this point, but I don't want to go too far out because of the history.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Do you think I could get my phone calls back?
That is entirely up to the treatment provider, and as I've told many other individuals today, if they tell you to do something or they tell you not to do something, it is if myself or Judge Capper has told you ourselves.
Yeah, she's on strictly blackout right now. She's not.
Okay.
That's what we were.
But
it's for my PO. I mean, do you go over top of him, or how does that work?
That will not be before me, but I'm confident
It's
that
just
your
up to
treatment provider
Hometown.
will reach out to him and let him know that you are treating there, that you're in treatment, that presently you're on blackout because you're just getting started. And then as you do well over time, you may earn those back.
But if Hometown is the decision, or is it the PO?
it was hometown's decision where you were treating. I'm confident that if your PO really wants to meet with you at that point, that they will reach out or come down and make them to verify, but I'm confident.
I'm only asking because I haven't got to talk to my family or do any visits with my family or anything like that.
I understand that, but they are, for all intents and purposes right now, they are your boss. So
That's
you
fine.
have to do
All right.
what they tell you to do.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. We will come back on August 2nd for Sunday. So we're going to come back in a week.
Judge, that's a bad day for me.
Day for you, Mr.
If we could move it,
How about August 5th?
that's good.
Okay. Back for August 5th for sentencing, 10 a.m. That'll give us an opportunity, that'll give you a little more than a week to prove to us that you can jump in and do this. The better you do in treatment, the better the state's going to treat you on this.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Wilford.
Your Honor, as far as I know, I'm finished. Any other callers here?
All right, well, court's adjourned.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to get a date on Monday.
So put that with Monday's staff?
Yes.
I'm waiting on 50 days like I did.